Hello YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Welcome to the live coverage of the Extreme World Racing League's Formula 1 Season 4 Belgian Grand Prix. I'm Emerson Arn, and we're here tonight at the virtual Stavelot, Belgium for round 18 of our 21 race championship. At just over 7 kilometers in length, the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps is the longest circuit on the Formula 1 calendar. The history-rich circuit plays host to World Rallycross, multiple sports car races including the 24 Hours of Spa and the European Le Mans Series, and many more. Hector's point lead has expanded to 52 points and has now knocked Ben out of title contention. He's smooth sailing. Does Pillars have anything with 4 Grand Prix remaining? Or will Hector lock it up early? We'll see what happens. First, qualifying is underway. 13 cars. Once again, tying, well, not tying actually anymore. It's now our second largest grid on the season, or second smallest grid on the season. Glad to be here at Spa. Last season was a very, very wet-filled race, and looks like tonight's will be no different from what I hear. But qualifying is dry. Several drivers on outlaps. Let's get to it. I believe the first driver out on track is the the Racing Point of TK.
I'm gonna crash. Might as well get it out the way right away.
Right on, yeah.
Don't worry, I already spun, so.
Hey, how about Cohen in the chat? Let's go, big boy.
Hey.
Fuck off, Venti.
Qualify behind me.
Yee.
What you gonna do?
I say that with love.
Nah, he doesn't.
Medium.
So how about up the hill, Radion, TK,
Yeah.
leading the
Then
charge.
If the rains come. But there's rain, so yeah. So. Yeah, we could make it. Yeah, you're right. Mediums.
Ooh, they're good.
No.
Now go.
Malika's gone off at the top of the hill. Able to get the car back going, but only half a wing. He's got a long limp around.
Half a wing. There's no wing.
No, there's half a wing on there.
My thing is showing a completely red wing.
And it's a long limp around from the end of the Kemmel straight to the pit lane. Keep an eye on TK going through the double left-hander. Now through Stavelot. On the way to turn 16 up the hill. We'll see. Full song, 8th gear through Blanchiment.
At the grass, damn it. It's alright, this lap sucks anyway.
The flat out left-hander on the way to the chicane.
Oh, God.
Can he
hit
make
the
it
Malco.
stick? First
Oh,
gear
getting out of your way.
to the start-finish line.
Going wide.
TK sets the
That was
first time at a
driving off the
session.
track
It's a
to get out of your way.
146.025. Pillars will set the next time. It is on the hards. A 145.856.
Alright,
Fuck that
Pillars,
guy.
you can go away.
Next, I believe it'll be Colton. Full song. Can he make the chicane? Misses the apex. Still keeps it on the pavement. A little wide on corner exit. And Colton goes third quickest of 3.
Yikes. Don't say that time.
Here comes the McLaren.
Don't talk about it.
I think this is Troy. He's going to go top of the chart, a 144.725 early on in this session. The next McLaren working their way through the chicane. It's going to be Charles. Go 4th quickest out of 5 on the mediums. A Renault goes up. That's Jonathan. 8/100 slower than Troy on the softs there. Here comes a Red Bull. You'll notice that name, Invader Zim, making his return. Devin making his return. He's about 4 seconds off the pace there. I don't believe that was a clean lap for him. I mean, that far off, but he also hasn't raced, and I believe an entire season's worth of races, about 21 races, I think, was his last start. Glad to have him back in for many things. He'll be joining us for the rest of the season.
Just 3 laps. I may go on the softs, maybe to help you out. More people up in the race or something.
See,
Not really,
Pillar setting
what
into the
position you're on?
This is TK's. TK
What
going on
position
another
are you
lap? No, he's not.
No, I'm going to the pole.
Yeah, I see that there.
On the league race.
Is this a
What
Haas?
position you on the log?
This is Ryan on an out lap, actually. Of
Oh, you did?
McLaren's.
Oh.
Looking for a driver on a timed lap. A little hard. I think we got... No, that's Aiden on an out lap. Let's see if we get an Alfa Romeo. I think an Alfa Romeo also on an out lap. Everybody's on out laps or in laps. Nobody's really on a timed lap as far as I can tell.
I hate auto spin curves with a passion. I just want to touch curves, man.
No can do. So, newcomer to the league, Neil, he's coming in. He's just gonna help us out with car count here on 2019. We'll see if he wants to stick around for 2020. And his first start with us in for Ben in the Alfa Romeo. He's been hyped up a little bit. We'll see if he'll live up to it. Down to Kemmel Straight. On the way to Lacombe. Misses the apex there in turn 7. He's able to keep it nice and tight. Actually a little wide through turn 9. Trying to keep the speed. There's a caution in sector 2. That's a Haas around. Ryan back in his car and living up to par.
Wow. Like the real life house.
Oh my
Yeah,
Like Grosjean.
Grosjean. Magnussen hasn't had too much luck. I mean, it's only fitting.
Looking good.
It was. It didn't look like that bad of a lap. How about many things in chat giving hype for his teammate Foursquare? I think many things. If you look at the leaderboard, you'll notice a name on there that you might be happy that is in for you. Through Bonchemont up the way to the chicane comes Neil. Little wide there on the apex of turn 20 to the start finish line. Neil goes 6th quickest on the mediums. Not too bad actually on the mediums. And Aiden will go 8th quickest on the softs. We'll see Foursquare's on a timed lap. Through turn 20.
Yeah, I think I could even go.
Straight away, Foursquare goes 5th quickest on the softs. Safety car lap 1, turn 2. Well, that would be if you're in the race event, T, but I think we can make it to turn 7 before we get a safety car.
I think I got the soft.
Oh,
Let's
coming
try
out
it
of
out.
safety car.
Yeah.
Looks like Charles is going to go once again. Right now, Charles, he's on the softs. He's had his first time. That puts him 6th quickest on the mediums. 1.3 seconds off. Let's go for a lap on board with Charles.
Did you do a go out on a lap?
full song, 8th gear, down to Camel straight. Hello, Freddy. How are you doing? Alright, we'll have to wait and see. What'd you miss? Well, the times on the left-hand side, Troy making an impressive showing in his first couple Grand Prix, getting a lot of points already on a provisional poll for the time being. We still have yet to see Hector set a time. And Charles is out of the session. Actually, he's left the session. Oh, and he just reset back to the pit lane. It's big. His AI didn't even continue his lap. Not that it would have done much, but wow,
Emerson,
yes.
Emerson, it kicked me.
Alright, I'll try to rejoin. You have extra invites. You rejoin, you can take control of your car once again.
Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Yep, and if you're in the party, you should still be able to join through the party nonetheless. You want to race? You're missing it? Well, we miss you too, Freddy. You were great in the grid, helped us out with card count, and you were always a great personality. 144.076, top of the chart for Jonathan. Outdoing Troy there on his second lap. Troy on an out lap. We'll catch up with Devin making his return. To the start-finish line with Devin. He improves on his time, but still 10th quickest. How about Hector on an out lap? We'll tune in with Malenko coming to the end of his time lap. He will go 8th quickest. Barely outdoing teammate Colton. Let's see here. Hector on an out lap. We'll ride on board with our current point leader. Here you go, nice and smooth into the start finish line. Let's go.
Fuck's sakes, man. I was having a good lap and I lost all.
He's gonna go on to softs here. About 4 minutes remaining. This either goes or it doesn't for Hector. He's kind of putting all his eggs in one basket here in qualifying.
It's usually a pretty good basket.
Yeah. The speed he's carrying down the Camel straight doesn't look too promising, though. Going about 6 or 7 miles per hour slower on the straightaway. That,
He even started his lap yet?
yes. About 40 seconds into it. Maybe didn't get the run through Radion he wanted. A Rouge and Radion. Let's see. Into the double left-hander. On the way to turn 13 and 14. And on his way to Stavlo now. Turn 15, trying to keep it tidy. Now through turn 16. Up the gears we go, full song with the Alfa Romeo on the way to Blanchimont. And into the pit lane. He's not going to set a lap. He won't have the time to, I don't believe. Have to get in and out very quickly. He's got less than a minute to get in and out of the pit lane to start another time lap. How about on board with Troy? Yeah, Hector did look good, and he pulled it into the pit lane. I mean, he wasn't carrying the speed he needed on the straightaway, to be fair. And on board with now Troy, contending for the pole, back out on the softs. Oh, he's got to keep the car under control there. His lap is not totally lost yet. Oh, and he's gone straight off. That's going to kill his lap. He's probably going to save what he's got and just go again. How about Foursquare in 5th, going at it once again. About Aiden coming through the final corner. He will go 7th quickest. We'll catch up with Pillars. Now Foursquare. Pillars is is on an outlap. Hector's on an outlap. He's got to rocket around this circuit if he's going to make it back on time. He's got a minute to make it through 2 sectors. It's going to be close. Foursquare goes 3rd quickest. A 1:45.049. How about Neil? Sat 4th quickest. Pillars on an outlap. It looks like he'll make it back around, possibly. Hector trying.
But I don't have the beaver.
This is gonna be close. Jonathan currently holds the pole. Troy pulled into the pit lane. He was not able to improve. Foursquare goes to 3rd. Neil sat 4th. He will not have another go. Pillars on an outlap. 14 seconds. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't think him or Hector will make it. Hector will not set a time. And time has expired on the session. Pillars will not make it. Hector will not set a time. Ryan in the pit lane. He will not set a time.
Isn't there still like 30 seconds left? Yeah, mine says 30 seconds still.
Oh my god, I hate this. It does this all the time. Making me think that there's not enough time.
I have a broken wing, so it doesn't matter. There's
Son of a...
10 seconds left now.
10 seconds left. Well, Hector will start a time lapse, so Ryan will not get a time. This either goes or it doesn't for Hector. Loose coming out of La Source.
Now there's no time left.
Alright. Yeah, there's the checkered flags on the session. So Jonathan holds provisional pole unless Foursquare can do anything about it. No, he's trending into red. I don't. Yeah, he will not have anything to say about it. Neil's in the pit lane. So Pillars, Hector, that's a pretty good bunch there. Colton into the pit lane. Malik, I believe, is still out there. He's trending into green.
What a fucking shitty lap, man. Fuck.
Malika just trying to improve his starting position now. To the start-finish line. Malika will go 6th quickest. Now Pillars up the hill on his way through Blanchimont. Looking forward to pull into the chicane. A little tight through turn 20 to the start finish line. Will it be enough? I don't think so. He'll go 4th quickest. Next, Hector through Blanchimont. Into the chicane. I don't think he's got the pace. Coming through turn 20, though. To the line. 3rd quickest for Hector. So Jonathan will take the pole.
That is good.
Troy 2nd, Hector 3rd, Charles 4th, Pillars 5th, Foursquare 6th, Neil 7th, Malenko 8th, Devin in his return will start 9th, TK 10th, Aiden 11th, Colton 12th, Ryan did not put a time on the board. What a qualifying session. That was wicked.
Had some spinning issues.
Yeah, he got the Grosjean package this week.
I know, and I'm pretty sure I picked K-Mag, but I might as well pick Grosjean.
How about David cheering on Ferrari?
Pick Grosjean. Can we have a big turn one pile up?
No, trust me, I'm not having that happen.
He's not keen on it, but it might just happen.
Brake failure, you never know.
Hey, what's up, Trey? Glad for you to join in on the broadcast and kind of enjoy some Formula One here. I'm doing this alone. I choose to just kind of broadcast this in my own F1 league, and glad for you to check it out here. Rounding out the season, F1 2020's come out, so our field sizes are dipping a little as expected on 2019. This could be our last one on 2019. We'll see, but getting ready for a 22-lap event here around the famed Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. 13-driver grid, but before that, we have to go on our all-important formation lap.
I think I've ever started last. I've always started outside the top 10.
On the front row, how about Jonathan? He's gotten 3 straight podiums in his last 3 starts. Looking to do a couple spots better. He'll start on pole in Vareno. To his outside, or alongside of him. How about the newcomer? Very, very hot on his start here in the Extreme World Racing League, Inva McLaren. How about Troy? Row number 2, we'll have our current point leader, Invi Alfa Romeo. Didn't get the qualifying he wanted. He'll have a little bit of work to do, but he'll be starting from the mediums, so strategy on his side. How about Hector? Alongside of him, we'll have the second of the 2 McLarens, Charles, looking to make up some ground. He's had some decent showings, but has not been able to put a race together. Can today be the day where Charles scores his first points in EWRL? Row number 3, in the Ferrari, the Chaser sat second in points. Pillars has a little bit of work to do if he's going to get anything in these final 4 Grand Prix to put any kind of pressure on Hector before he locks this one up. Pillars will start 5th. Alongside of him, the first of the 2 Red Bulls, Foursquare, looking to take over 5th in points. He'll start 6th. Row number 4 will have newcomer Neil in for Ben in that Alfa Romeo. Hector decided to have him on board as his teammate. We'll see how he does in his first EWRL race. And alongside of him, looking to get an early start in the Mercedes, Malenko will start P number 8. Row number 9, how about Invader, making his first start in about 20 EWRL Grand Prix. Had a great showing last season, but now a different grid. What can he do? He's in for many things today, starting P9. Starting alongside on TK, looking to make some improvements from where he sat in the point standings. He'll start P10. He'll have some work cut out for him. Row number 6 will have Aiden looking to score his first points in EWRL in the Renault. And alongside of him, Colton looking to get into the double-digit points. And in row number 7, not setting a qualifying time, Ryan has a lot of work to do if he's going to score some points in that Haas. So as the field gets ready to grid up here, they'll be facing the tight hairpin of La Source here in just a few moments. The final cars gridding up. It's time to go racing at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Let's go. It's time to bring the action. It's 5 red lights. And it is lights out, and away we go. Jonathan trying to get off to a great start. Troy trying to deny that, trying to take the race lead from around the outside, side by side to La Source. Jonathan goes a little wide. Troy with the undercut, trying to take over the race lead, side by side behind him. How about Charles up in the third? He's battling Hector, a point leader, trying to go double wide into Rouge and Radion. Let's see how it works. They single it out. A little bit of contact, and around goes Pillars. Across traffic collects Hector, the points leaders. No, that's Neil. Around goes a Red Bull. The top of the hill and a safety car has been deployed. Foursquare's got killed.
Got a safety car.
That was scary.
Damn it, Pillars, I got a penalty because I hit you.
Yeah, that Pillars, he spun out.
We can
and
like get that
avoided.
field if it's needed.
Oh my goodness, what a
Just started
start.
bitching about pillars.
I thought Pillars collected Hector. He did not. Hector narrowly missed it. He collected Neil, though.
Did Pillars get turned, or was he just a jobber?
I think he just got
You
loose.
backed up.
Except, Cohen,
that's-
that is turn 3 out of 20. That is not turn 2, so you were technically, actually it was turn 4.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've raced with him.
So you said you're saying what did I say? Told you, what did I say? Well, it's actually turn 4. You said turn 2. So technically you weren't correct. So sorry. Try again next time. He did go wide. Oh, Venti's over here trying to tell me we're gonna have a safety car in turn 2, but we really had it in turn 4.
Oh, Jesus.
So
I don't know why we need this delta when we're going under safety car. This is virtual safety car. Why do we need to keep it delta?
You're in third at the moment.
Not to race.
I don't know. So close enough. Not really. I mean, you made a bold prediction saying you were gonna wreck, basically going on a straight line, but saying turn 2. So into the pit lane goes Malenko, and Devin is on his way in. He'll bring in TK as well. Neil's coming on in. Pillars and Foursquare's going to come and he'll stack behind his teammate. So pit stops here on the opening lap safety car. You got lap 1 right. Well, I said turn 7, so I also got lap 1 right as well. But the safety car is deployed here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Not too often do we get safety cars here at Spa, but it's come out. And it's Jonathan with the race lead. Somehow he took it back from Troy, who really had what looked like the best run on the way to Rouge and Radion. So Troy in second, teammate Charles third, Hector fourth, Colton fifth. A nice run early on for Colton. Aiden sixth, Ryan seventh, and then the drivers coming off the pit lane. Malenko eighth, TK ninth, Devin in 10th. Pillars replacing the front wing in 11th. Neil comes out 12th, and Foursquare coming out 13th. Of course, he was going to have to stack behind teammate Devin.
No one DNF under that.
I thought we were going to have a huge amount of DNFs from that.
I was like, Pillars came across the track, took out at least 2 people at the start, and I don't know how many were taken out afterwards.
I almost ended his life.
I almost did too. I had to swerve left.
So, we're working a safety car here. We're only on the first lap behind the safety car. We had it coming out on lap 1, but the field is queued up for the first lap behind the safety car. So it's going to be a little bit. Have a little bit of a little break here. So kind of have these drivers group up. They'll think about it again. We're at least going to go 1 more lap behind the safety car. And we'll see what happens when we let these boys run at it again. It's a 22 lap race. So not a lot of laps, but it is a long circuit.
Especially to be running under safety car.
Just a very, very odd and... Well, not odd. I mean, accidents definitely do happen at the top of the hill at Radion, but the way Pillars wrecked...
I've seen the circuit way too much.
Wait,
I didn't think... I didn't think Pillars would be the driver to make a mistake like he did. And, unfortunately, he did.
Pillars trying to gain that time, man. He needs all the position and points he can get, plus trying to take Hector out.
So I want to thank all the viewers we have. We have 3 on Facebook, we have 5 on YouTube, and everybody out on Twitch as well. Bringing in a decent sized audience. Probably as many people watching as our car count. But
Tragedy.
Devin back into the pit lane. Again, if you know who Invader is, you were definitely here last season. Invader made quite a few starts last season. He decided to not really run at the end of last season. So about 21 or so Grand Prix since he's last ran. And kind of mentioned to him the struggling for car count. He's not really in a bind right now. He kind of has a lot of time on his hands, so he re-downloaded 2019, and he's decided to join us for the final 4 Grand Prix on the season. Glad to have him join us once again. He had a great showing last season. He won about 3 Grand Prix last year. So obviously that was different grids, but you know, coming with a decent amount of momentum. But right now, both Red Bull drivers at the rear of the queue. Let's see how this looks. This probably... Nah, I wouldn't do that. Never mind. I was gonna say, let's take a look at Jonathan. So he didn't make last week, but the 3 Grand Prix before last week, Jonathan made all 3 of those and finished 3rd in all 3 of those. Right now, currently leading, first safety car of the Grand Prix. Lap number 3. The safety car's going in this lap. It's a long second. It's about time. So Jonathan will bring the field down to his own pace. He cannot go green until the safety car is in the safety of pit lane. So she's bringing the field down to his pace. We'll see what happens here. These restarts definitely could be crazy. It's pretty much... if he times this right, though, this can be a very clean race to the end. But,
Till it rains.
Till it rains. Then we'll see a lot of drivers hitting auto spin curbs and making mistakes with the safety cars in the pit lane. Looks like we are getting back to racing, up to race pace, into the chicane. Jonathan trying to get an early start and getting away. Onto the front straightaway. Green flag back in the air to McLaren's. Getting close to one another. Charles has to back off. Green flag back in the air. Second to spot Franco. Here comes Hector to the left side of Charles. Looking to take back, already back onto the podium after starting 3rd. Back into 3rd. Charles back to 4th. Colton, can he hold on to that 5th position right now? Aiden looking to take over that. Both of these drivers, 5th and 6th, have no points, or don't have a lot of points on this season. Colton has 9. Aiden has none. So both in single digits, trying to get some double digit points. So contact favor back. Oh, and the racing points around, and around goes a Red Bull as well. Pillars is out of the session.
Pillars caused another wreck.
He dove onto the curb. He just smoked me.
Who is out here just dominating people?
There's a lot of stopped cars here. I think he retired from the menu. There's a damaged Red Bull limping. There's a Racing Point limping.
They crashed again, the Racing Point and Pillars. Lucky I almost collected all of them.
Yeah, Pillars wrecked. Well, tons of people.
Actually, the Racing Point looked like
No, yeah, what is, like, and then he just is out, like, quits like this? Is he okay? What's up?
Man never even said sorry to all the people he just dominated twice.
No, he fucked me twice.
How are you doing?
No, seriously.
I have nothing.
Yeah,
I got loose coming up, but I was good, and I collected it, and then I just got punted.
Yeah, I saw Pillars just cut across the curb and just take out the Racing Point.
Hector, are you in the rain?
He must have had a good smoke break before the race.
Yeah, he didn't get his pre-race smoke. But honestly, it's
You like driving in the rain.
It's tough because I think if Hector wins this race, he's gonna lock up the title now. I'd have to do that math again. I mean, we'll have 3 Grand Prix remaining, and
I don't know how that wasn't a safety car.
I'm not quite sure as well. 78.
Jesus.
Hey, Mercedes, homie.
So, I mean,
Oh god.
Hector could lock up
Jump in it now, Mercedes, homie.
If Hector wins this race and has the fastest lap, he will win the title tonight. Now that is big news for Hector, but he needs to get max points.
Big news. Big news.
How about Neil up into the 8th position? I didn't think he'd lock up the title tonight, but technically he would if he got max points, because...
I got a penalty for that. That's some bullshit. I didn't even do anything. I got punted and I got a penalty. That's fucked.
Go.
Oh, thank you.
So Malik up into 5th, courtesy of teammate Colton, and wide goes Aiden, trying to keep that car under control.
Good. Nope, I'm good.
Neil back in 8th, Ryan comfortably in 9th, and Devin, virtue of others getting involved in the accident in Radion, sat 10th. I was telling Devin before this race, he was doing a practice, and he said that he wasn't going to practice for the rain. I told him, you know, you might as well. And as a Colton actually loses 6th place to Aiden, and now looking at the forecast, DRS has been enabled now. This is our second lap. Oh, the dive bomb!
My bad.
Oh, Colton makes contact with Aiden. Wow. And Aiden, he has to wait there. He's going to back it up. I'll get back going here.
That's me. Come on.
Oh, overshot it.
I did the same thing into the damn. God.
They say I had to run over 50.
Okay. Okay. Well, hold on. Let me.
So the constructors is a little bit more. Let's say it's more. There's more to the constructor standings. It's not necessarily locked up tonight, even with a Hector's win. And even if a Hector had a max point day, because they're, you know, if both Alphas were to wreck out like for the rest of the season and not score points, and both Ferraris were able to get 1st and 2nd, then we'd still be talking. Because that gap is still definitely manageable in terms of constructors, but no points for a Ferrari today definitely doesn't help. But Troy up in the 2nd position. He's on the mediums, so leading the strategy of drivers on the mediums. Drivers who also pitted for the mediums under the safety car will have about a lap or so fresher. And these drivers could possibly be trying to take mediums to the rain. While Sauce may have to make one more stop before the rain. Yeah, heading into tonight, Alfa Romeo had a 77-point lead in constructors.
Yes.
Oh, I spun out again. I got 4 square.
Yeah, there's a caution in sector 2. That would be a T case.
Oh no, don't wreck the curb.
Oh, and Ryan's gone around at the top of Radion.
No way.
Okay. It's
This is gonna be fucked.
I feel it blowing. It's just not cooling. Yes.
I can't.
So this battle for 2nd rages on. Hector trying to fend off Troy, but again, Troy on the faster tire. Hector on the tire that's going to go longer into the Grand Prix.
It needs to start raining right now.
Malenko actually lost 5th position to Neil. Neil making a charge through the running order and actually pulling away from Malenko now. When did Troy move teams? Well, this is actually not the Troy you knew at the beginning of the season. Troy Salter at the beginning of the season, he no longer can run these races because when we run these races, it's actually midday Monday for him, and he's working because since he's in New Zealand. This is another Troy. He's from Sweden, and he's a newcomer to the league. It's different because, you know, they're both named Troy. Wish there was a little something that we could refer to this guy differently, but you know, it is what it is. His PSN name is literally Troy Ye, so you know, we'll roll with it. But I mean, other than we could call the other Troy Pro, but I've kind of established him as Troy. But Speaking of Troy made the pass on Hector for second, using the slipstream and the DRS down to Kemmel straight. When does the weather move in? It is becoming.
It's raining.
It actually, yep. We go on board with one of the McLaren drivers, and it is raining right now.
Just hit it because of that fucking broken wing. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, Ryan's not looking to fare too well in this race. He's gonna have to make another stop.
Try to get this fastest lap.
You still gotta finish in the top 10 to get the point.
Hey.
One more lap and then Winters or just wait.
Hey.
That's all I gotta say.
Oh.
Cool, okay.
I don't know where Foursquare is. Oh, I see him on the map now. Do I even try to do that?
If the rain starts coming down hard enough where these drivers have to pit for inters or possibly wet, depending on how hard it's going to end up raining, we'll see. Was the mediums, was the hards necessarily a choice that needed to be made?
Sorry?
Yeah, why can't this track be like it is on 20?
Okay. Cool.
Troy's lagging a little bit on board with the Alfa Romeo, looking to the inside into Lecombe. Keeping it nice and tight through 7, now through 8. Sticking with the McLaren through 9. There's losing traction with the track becoming damp. Slick tires that don't grip too well on the Alpha, on the mediums. The softs fighting hard as the age starts to become a factor. There's a caution in sector 3.
No, we don't talk about it. I did not hit the wall.
Ryan just spin out again?
You go first. Yeah, but I did not hit the wall, so we're good.
Here comes Foursquare to help take over 10th position.
Yep, I'm not trying to. Oh, Foursquare.
Oh, and Foursquare's losing grip, losing traction. Into the pit lane they both go. Is it time for the inters?
Dead.
Oh!
McLaren dead.
Troy, he was battling for second. And the softs, the aging softs, the dampening racetrack have just caught him out. Neil's got to slow down to work his way around. Neil's losing traction. He goes around Troy. Can these drivers make it back to the pit lane?
Oh,
When does Jonathan pit? DRS has been disabled. Jonathan's going wide in the final corner. He's got to cut across some fake pavement to get the pit lane. Here comes Hector as well. Everybody's struggling. Everybody's going wide in turn 19.
Oh, no.
Colton's gone around. Everybody's struggling. There's somebody around at the top of the hill. A 3-second time penalty for Troy for multiple warnings. There goes the Renault of Aiden going by. There's a racing point around at the top of Radion that's just getting going. That's on the inters.
Oh my God.
Everybody's fitting in coming in and fitting in inters.
We should not race this track on 20. This track sucks.
On 20, it's a lot better.
Oh, I agree. I know.
Going up the hill is so much easier.
Now and Devin has a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. He might not have gotten that memo. But, well, he did make it into the pit lane under safety car, so actually... No, I don't.
Back into pit lane, in qualifying.
Yep, and Charles has retired from the session. From 3rd position, he's wrecked out, and the safety car's been deployed. He's wrecked out at the top of Radion, and it's our 2nd safety car of the day. Oh my goodness, what a hard impact there. And Charles, again, was in position to get some decent points and was caught out on the new intermediate tires. And everybody's coming in, fitting in inters, getting new front wings. And Aiden goes back out on the mediums. Well, he's lucky that we're under safety car, so he can take it very easy on his mediums and not wreck the car out.
How do I change them to soft or what?
Pull up.
I completely fucked it.
Yeah, pull up the multifunction display and you hit up the next tire. The safety car is sitting on the left-hand side after turn number 2. So everybody be careful of the safety car. Ryan into the pit lane again. People are just trying to stay on lead lap.
Safety car. What a fucking scrub.
TK, I think can't even pit here. He's gotta go back around before he gets lapped.
I've already pitted. I'm good.
I know Ryan's into the pit lane though. He did. There was too much going on the circuit at one point.
Ryan ain't the brightest star in the sky.
I'm crawling and I can't even
right
make my
behind
delta. What is going on?
I'm just trying to get some fresh.
See that? And everybody's made it by the safety car. And Jonathan will start lap 11 of 22, working our second safety car of the day here at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Second retirement of the day for Charles at the top of Radion. Radion has caught out Pillars twice on the initial start and the safety car restart, and now has caught out Charles on intermediate tires. So we thought it was going to be a bad day for TK and Foursquare when they got caught out the second time around when Pillars missed out coming through a Rouge and Radion and collected them a second time around, but the safety car kind of saves them. It'll group them back up if they can keep these cars under control and catch up to the safety car queue. It is a long enough circuit that the safety car queue should be able to be formed up in a couple laps. But they are nearly 2 minutes behind the safety car.
Oh, there'll be another one.
Another
one. Loki need deleted to wreck everybody in front of me but me. That'd be so lit.
Safety car just needs to bend it.
That's what Pillars was attempting to do.
He almost did it.
So Pillars crashed out of the didn't necessarily. He crashed twice in the Grand Prix, and then have withdrawn the entire Ferrari team until we transition to 2020, which could be next week. But they've withdrawn from F1 2019 competition apparently. I don't know. Sucks to suck, but
Bro, who's that coming second?
I'm sorry?
Who's gonna come in second place in all these races now?
Probably Jonathan if he's here.
Should be next week, yeah. Well, I mean, when fifth place in the drivers' points doesn't have the next game, we really that's just unfair to move on without them. And again, if it was like somebody, in the second half of the point standings, or 15th on back in points, well, that wouldn't matter too much. But fifth place in points, that is a important, enough position to not move on to the next game.
Are we close to the fucking safety car yet?
No, not even close. The safety car is in turn 1.
Not even. Me and Emerson at the same time. Not even close.
Yeah, the safety car's in turn 1.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna need to do
not to wreck. I'm trying not
The
to wreck.
track is moist.
That's what she said.
How moist?
Unless he's going to win the championship, it doesn't really matter in sim racing. But, it would be unfair to not give that driver the entire season and their chance to, maintain that position in points.
Actually, it does matter. Well, 10th on up does matter because you get to pick your car and teammate.
Right, yeah. And points can be very important in selection process.
Damn, I can't wait for nobody to pick me. Fuck.
Not the way you're performing now.
2020 is a totally different animal. I'm way better at 20 than this shit.
I already know who I'm picking if he isn't picked. I'm going with my nigga Foursquare.
So what happened to your partner for today?
Alright, where are they at?
Midfielders for life, Holmes.
Throw in hot lap.
They're on their way to
Go.
the double left-hander.
Don't spin it on the hill.
Yeah.
I won't. Ryan, you calm down.
Well, that's what we're what we're trying to work out during the off season. Pappy, we are, you know, we have a bunch of a couple exhibition events scheduled that I'm sure everybody's very excited for, and we have the All-Star race, which is going to be on 2019, and unless everybody who's, you know, in the All-Star race has 2020, then we'll transition. At the moment, it's on 20.
How do you gotta be in that win a race?
Yeah, you have to be an EWRL F1 winner, and then before.
So there's 3 people in that race.
Well, no. And not Aiden has gotten a penalty for crossing the pit exit line.
Wait, I just need to be a winner, a previous winner I'm in.
Well, I was gonna say anybody who's won an EWRL F1 race. So that there's about 12 people who are locked in, and I believe 10 of those have 2020. And but we will also have a race before that of everybody who's not won an EWRL F1 race, and the podium finishers in that race will move on into the All-Star.
I can't wait to get in the All-Star race if it's on 20. What track's that at?
That'll be voted upon.
Brazil.
But I'm really thinking we should do it on one of the new tracks. That'd be fun. Yes, there's Zandvoort or Hanoi.
For sure.
Yeah, Zandvoort. That shit flow like a motherfucker.
Hanoi, no. The traction deleted.
Vietnam's boring.
Alright, just because you can't drive Sector 3 doesn't mean it should be deleted.
Zandvoort flows so well together, it's just...
I don't think Aiden's gonna get caught up to the safety car queue, because I'm pretty sure it'll be going in this lap.
Well, good thing Ryan and I are here.
Not really. Y'all are still 20 seconds behind, but y'all should be.
But they'll have to go like
Hanoi just to piss people off, right? If we do Hanoi, then the All-Star of the All-Star race will then come out, and the people who have the best car control would be able to run. I like that. I like that thinking. I'm sorry?
The track is gravel, not even a road.
Oh, Ryan.
I can't see how people can defend Baku but not Hanoi. They're basically the same thing. If anything, Baku's even tighter with some of the tighter corners.
But it's on a road, though.
Well, Vietnam was literally built like just last year. Like literally, those roads didn't exist. If you Google Map that area, it was literally farmland.
Cement or anything that they could throw down? What are you doing?
We're talking about NAM here. Why wouldn't you want to race at NAM? It's NAM.
Nicotine, Ryan. I'm fucking
literally NAM.
I don't know if Aiden's gonna get caught up, but we do have 10 cars up here, and the safety car may very well be heading in this lap. We'll ride him over with Jonathan.
Especially you, TK. You already
have the safety car is going in this lap.
So why not NAM?
What's up, sir?
I said you already have your PTSD flashback, so why not NAM?
Very compelling point here. As the safety car's heading in, it is Jonathan over Hector, Neil, Malenko, Troy, Devin, Colton, Foursquare, TK, Ryan, Aiden trying to make his way around to catch the safety car queue. Jonathan pacing the field through Blanchemont.
I feel like there'll be a wreck going up the hill.
That Neil lag.
I'm getting
And we are getting up to speed here into the chicane. Can you make it through the chicane under traction? Everybody trying to keep their cars under control. We are green, green, green once again at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps.
Foursquare, you're blocking me, man. I can't see the fucking road.
I'm getting hit again.
Oh, and Colton's gone wide. How about Devin in the 6th, Foursquare the 7th?
Still gonna hang back a little bit.
Malenko and Troy duking it out. Troy just trying not to hit Malenko. Side by side after Radion. Onto the Camel straight. Here comes Troy with the slipstream.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, and Ryan's out of the session. At the top of Radion.
That was so bad.
And TK's gotten a time penalty again for collision.
Dude, I freaking hit the grass and it was all over. I was trying not to hit Ryan.
Back. It wasn't far enough back.
I look back and he's drifting in the grass.
Hell yeah, let's go.
It's not a safety car.
This fucking
Nope.
game hates you.
I mean, my car died in the middle of the track.
Yeah, but the field wasn't going by.
This case is strong. The hell it ain't.
Back.
Jesus.
Well, that happened.
I
Can't
was
wait to
thinking you were doing.
delete 2019 after this race.
I thought you were gonna cut like
Foursquare, if you
completely
need some
across.
money, dude, I got you.
This is fucked.
What? I don't know what it
Flashbacks
is.
of Australia.
And Jonathan, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warning. We were spectating him just exceed track limits there. And that is important because Hector's only 1.2 seconds behind. So Hector is the theoretical leader of this race in second position as the Red Bull teammates duke it out for sixth. And Aiden looking to get his first EWRL points of the season. Now in 10th, if he could just finish the race. TK and Colton duking it out for 8th.
Don't worry, Colton, you can have it right back. I'm gonna wreck going up.
Yeah, seriously.
I've got it.
There's a caution in sector 1. Somebody's in Niel's and Romelico's retired.
Oh, Malenko. Where's he at?
There was just an alpha sitting there.
Holy shit.
Let's go! I'm up to 6th, Ryan!
No, fuck you.
There was just an alpha sitting on the side.
And Malenko will not score points. Letting Foursquare is gonna be able to have a shot at 4th in points. And Foursquare sat 4th in the race standings right now. And there will not be a safety car for that as Aiden will come through Arouge and Radion.
That damn hill's just taking everybody out.
Maybe we should do the All-Star race in torrential rain at Spa.
Emerson.
That would be awful.
Well,
I wouldn't even watch that.
I was gonna say, well, it only matters for the All-Stars, but
Ooh.
Screw you, Emerson.
I know Big Boy has a good chance of winning this race if everyone else is getting picked
he's
up.
on pace right now. if he can get a retirement once a lap in Radion.
Come on, 5th through 1st, everybody wreck. Let's go.
Nah, I just gotta survive.
Don't worry, Venti. I can guarantee you will not be.
Wait, so Malenko won't get points because he didn't finish 90%?
Yeah, you have to finish the 90% of the Grand Prix.
I don't even think I was top 10.
On you're 10th now, but
Yeah. Because I
But-
was 11th. And...
so the All-Stars is everybody who's ever won an EWRL F1 race. And then the podium. Oh, and Troy into the barrier at the top of Radion. But he keeps it going. And then everybody who finishes on the podium of the non-winners Grand Prix that will happen right before it. We'll have a Grand Prix of everybody who has not won an EWRL F1 race, and the podium finishers of that race will go into the All-Star. So TK right now sat in 6th. Can he chase down Invader, who hasn't been in an F1 car in about 21 Grand Prix? What's up, Jaden? How we doing? Glad to see you back on the channel in full force. Jonathan continues to lead, but only has a 1.4 second advantage over Hector. And again, remember, he's got to pull a whole other 1.6 seconds to even win the Grand Prix because of his 3-second time penalty. And Hector continues to close the gap. Probably not close enough to try to pass, but he doesn't have to pass. He just has to be within 3 seconds of Jonathan to win this Grand Prix.
Don't wreck this one.
Hector closing the gap down to Kemmel, straight down to 4/10 of a second. They have a 7-second advantage to Troy. Pillars. Why did I say Pillars? Foursquare trying to get a podium here if he can keep closing that gap down to that McLaren.
I sweat. I'm like sweating bullets going up the hill every time.
Yeah. It's fun.
Hey Dan, welcome to the stream. Go Invader and Hector. Oh, and Jonathan! And around goes the race leader. Jonathan gives up the race lead to Hector.
I kept losing that in qualifying.
You hit the curb?
He caught the grass.
Ooh.
Yeah. He just completely lost it.
Pappy said, "Big boy, chill. You're gonna get points regardless." All you have to do is get to 90%, and you're getting points.
What is 90% of 22?
Probably 19.
What is 22 times 0.9?
That would be 19.8.
So 20
19?
laps. 20 laps. 20 laps.
So basically you need to just finish the race.
Well, Hector needs the fastest lap point to win the championship. Well, let's take a look at the fastest lap right now. That goes to Jonathan right now, and it's raining. So Hector, by 1 point, has not locked up the title. And here's why. If he got the fastest lap point and wins the race, that is 26 points. He has a 52-point gap to Pillars right now. 52 and 26 is 78 points. 3 Grand Prix remaining. 26 points is the maximum you get a Grand Prix, would be 78. Which, if Hector just didn't show up the next 3 weeks and Pillars went on to win all the next 3 Grand Prix and get the fastest lap point, as Jonathan is very, very oversteery coming through turn number 9, they would tie in points, and the tiebreaker would be based on race wins. And even if Pillars were to win the next 3 Grand Prix, Pillars would be at 6 wins to Hector's 11.
Yeah, they're on some soft.
So technically, if somehow the rain stops enough for Hector to put on softs and get the fastest lap,
it did stop.
he'd win the title. But by 1 point, Hector has not locked up the title tonight.
We bent it.
I'm pretty sure he's serious about not coming back to 2019. I mean,
hey, commentator, you missed it. Troy freaking bent it.
I'm sorry. Give me somebody that's important.
Damn.
I mean, Foursquare was trying to chase down Troy the whole time and apply pressure. Troy, it was only a matter of time before he made another mistake. He could barely take Ratty on, but he's down to 6th. We'll see if he'll be able to maybe make it back into the top 5 here. He's got that car back under control, but there's no front wing. Never mind. He's gonna have to pit. Yikes. He's 8 at tire barrier. Good. He got a 3-course meal out of that tire barrier.
Smoking Joe Mama.
Joe Mama. Who the fuck? Damn, the big boy might come in 7th. Is that gonna be your highest point?
TK and Devin going at it for 4th. TK gets the 4th.
Quit talking, Ryan.
Thank you, Jaden, for complimenting the microphone. Yeah, it's not what I'm using on the PlayStation, but it is what's connected to my PC. My Yeti, my Blue Yeti microphone. It was definitely an amazing investment.
TK needs a brake failure.
Yeah, Troy did put on softs. It is still a very damp racetrack. He's gonna try. And there's a caution in sector 2. That's Jonathan. Jonathan may be giving away 2nd place here. Here comes Foursquare. Foursquare trying to take 2nd. What if Hector makes a mistake and Foursquare snags 1? Foursquare now piling on the pressure on the Renault. Jonathan going wide. Here goes Foursquare to 2nd. I don't know who that guy is, but there's no car for them to choose.
Smoking Joe?
Yeah, there's no car for them to select.
He has a chance to win the race.
At this rate, yes. But Hector has a 16.8 second lead as he crosses the line to start lap number 20. We're at the 90% mark if you cross the start finish line.
You hear that, Colton?
Shh. Silence.
But Foursquare up to second. It's a 17-second gap. If Hector, and here comes Jonathan into the pit lane. If Hector wanted to chance it, to put on slicks, put on softs, try to go for the fastest lap, it would be something. He would be risking a race win. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm ahead of Jonathan. Put this one for another set of inters.
Jonathan fitted another set of inters. Troy's on the softs. We'll see what Troy can do.
Yeah.
Oh, Troy's gone wide. He's not having a good time with those softs. Colton and Jonathan racing on pit exit. Colton trying to take sixth.
Yeah,
can he fend off Jonathan? Oh!
You just let him go.
Okay. I thought he hit the wall.
There's no point in me holding him up.
Right. Pappy said now you can crash out, Colton.
I know.
I see this is bullshit on TK might come in third.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, Ryan.
I'm hating both.
But what a race it's been. What a wacky race. This is turning into like last season's real life German Grand Prix, where we get some wacky points finishers. Hector looking to go on and win the Grand Prix. He has 2 laps remaining, which is 14 kilometers still. Long circuit. 14 kilometers for Hector.
We do miles here in America.
This is an American-based F1 league. I'm sorry. Well, then it would be 8.7 miles. You're welcome. Quick maths.
Is it really?
Yes, because that's a 4.35 mile circuit. 4.35 times 2 is 8.7.
Brian just got his mind blown.
Who is this?
Oh, because I was thinking like one lap was 8.7 miles. I was like, fuck.
The Renault.
Yes. I removed this guy from the party. That's my bad, boys. I forgot to private the party. So, it's all on me again.
Well,
our fault. We didn't remind you.
Yeah, if TK wrecks, then my life would be a lot happier.
All right.
Oh yeah, private it now with the lap left.
Well, look, man, I'm not having that shit again. I'm not having some guy just hop in and, you know, drop some bombs on stream.
4.3 miles left.
Oh, there's a McLaren stopped. That's Troy with 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. Neil trying to fend off. That would be Jonathan there. No, that's another Renault. That's Aiden going 1 lap down to Hector. Hector through to the chicane. It's a 23-second advantage. The man could possibly pit and still win the Grand Prix. Coming through turn 20. 1 lap to go for Hector. 7 kilometers.
How many miles is that?
4.35.
Wait, TK, don't you have a penalty?
Absolutely not.
I think you do.
Just 5 seconds.
Oh, Devin's battling Neil. Never mind, so that penalty may not even mean anything as Devin trying to fend off Neil.
No, stop fighting. Just catch up to him.
Right, if you wouldn't have ran into me, I wouldn't have this penalty.
If you didn't fucking go off the track.
Hey, I
and then
couldn't
come
help
on
it.
the
I
track.
couldn't see the track. Foursquare had the road blocked.
What do you mean? I was in front of you.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't see because of all the mist coming up.
Here comes Neil. Is he going to send it into Lacombe? Devin going wide at the apex. Neil taking out a whole bunch of curve. The battle for fourth rages on the final lap here at the Belgian Grand Prix. Into the carousel. Devin going wide. The lack of traction is evident. Now lag coming into effect. DRS has been enabled on the final lap of the Grand Prix. This could be huge for this final battle. Never mind, there's no DRS straight. Oh man, that would be epic as Hector, for the 11th time this season, will win the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh, and Neil's gone off.
Fuck. Hector, world champion.
Let's go, boys. Big third.
Champion of the world.
No, not yet. He needed to get the fastest lap.
No, I meant I got third.
No. Somebody said world champion. He's not. Foursquare finishes second. TK comes home third. 5 seconds for his unserved penalty. Won't matter too much. Devin, in his first race back in 21 races, will come home fourth. Neil, in his first EWRL start, comes home fifth. Both of them unserved penalties. Here comes Jonathan. Comes home sixth. Colton, 63 seconds, 64 seconds behind. Coming up to the chicane. For his best finish on the season. It'll be 7th position for Colton.
Pop the champagne.
And Troy, on softs, he tried it. It won't do too much for him. He's still slipping and sliding out there. Through Blanchemont. Into the chicane. Does he have anything for fastest lap? No, it's not even going to be close.
GG Troy, mate. Fuck, we fucked up our race badly.
But, Hector was 1 point away from locking up the title tonight. 1 point away. So, technically, mathematically, the title fight lives on for next week, if we run it on 2020, I assume, because Pillars does not want to come back to 2019. Foursquare with a 2nd place finish. That is Foursquare's best finish of the season.
That's my best finish.
That is TK's best finish of the season.
Previously?
That is Jonathan's worst finish of the season. That is Neil's best finish on the season. That is Colton's best finish on the season. Look at all the time penalties, my goodness. Hector wins for the 11th time. Again, Foursquare's best finish, TK's best finish, Devin's best finish, Neil's best finish on the season, Jonathan's worst finish on the season, Colton's best finish, Troy comes home 8th, Aiden's best finish. My goodness. Malenko 10th, but does not score a point. Ryan 11th. Charles 12th. Pillars 13th.
Look at that. Starts 10th, finishes 3rd.
Wow. What?
Badass.
What a race.
I'm a fucking goat, boys.
For the first time this season, TK, do you have a copy?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, it's podium season. Let's go.
Yes, sir. It's a podium interview. And you just pointed it out there on the ending screen from 10th to 3rd. Talk about working your way through the field today.
No, fuck.
It was a wreck fest. That's the only reason I got third. No, it was fun. Pillars fucking sent it, took me out. I wrecked coming out of the pits, putting enters on. I thought it was over. And then Ryan and I were like lagging back and it still didn't work, and then I just kind of kept going forward.
Alright, so big picture here, not that it matters too much, but this podium now ties you with your teammate in points in already. I mean, how wicked is that? You and Patrick are going to be tied for 14th in points, just like that. What kind of momentum is that giving you for the rest of the season, dependent on if we're at 2019 or 20, but...
If we swap to 20, it'll be like really tremendous, because I like 20. I have a lot more pace on 20 than I do 19, so I'm kind of excited if Foursquare buys it or not. I told him I'd send him some money because it sounds like he's a broke bitch, so...
Well, speaking of Foursquare, you were right behind him for a lot. Was there anything you had? You were about 3 seconds back. Anything you had for him? I know you stopped the penalty to try to get second from Foursquare, or what was it kind of a lost cause there? Just kind of riding in third.
It seemed like I was catching him, but I just didn't have enough laps. I would have been really interested to see if there would have been another 4 or 5 laps and we would all went to slicks. Then I think it would have been blown wide open.
Right.
Foursquare had good qualifying pace, so I think he would have got it.
Right. What do you what did you think of the changing track conditions today? How difficult was it to get through a Rouge and Radio? It looked like the trouble spot today, but from your point of view, what you see?
I just went really slow. I just tried not to send it and wreck, because traditionally on 19 that was my big thing, is I'd set it up and wreck. And I was doing a little practice, I'm so used to doing 20, like racing on 20, it's a whole new game, and then I come back here and I was doing time trials before the race, and it was just like, I was able to send it in the dry, and then in quali, on my outlap I sent it and I got a little squiggly and I was like, yeet.
I was like, yeet. So what happened there with Ryan?
Well, so Ryan and I had a strategy. We were just lagging back, and I couldn't see because I had Colton and Foursquare's mist in front of me, and then I came up the hill and I got the grass, and I tried to stay like as far left as I could without hitting the wall. And then here came Ryan, and he just freaking smacked me. Sorry, Ryan.
All right, well, first podium on the season. Hoping for many more for you. Congratulations on the third place finish, putting you up tied for 14th in points. Congratulations and good luck to you the rest of the season, whichever game it may be on.
Can I delete this yet?
Well, we're going to find out right now. Foursquare, do you have a copy?
Hey, how's it going?
Did I just look at the point standings and see that this is your first podium on the season?
Yeah, I believe so. Long time no see.
My goodness, it's been a minute. You won 3 Grand Prix last season, and this is the first time we're talking to you post-race. Yeah, how does it feel?
Well, it feels good. I'll take it however I can get it, that's for sure. Kind of survival of the fittest there in the weather, so I'll take second, that's for sure. We got some pretty good drivers in this league, so I'm definitely happy with that.
You said you'll take second. I mean, it really looked far-fetched. Did you have anything for Hector, or what? Or you just kind of locked where you were?
Oh no, I was looking more at TK than Hector, that's for sure. Hector is on a league of his own, that's for sure. He's quick, no matter what the situation is or the condition or what track it is. He seems to be quick. But yeah, I was more looking at TK and watching that gap slowly come down. Yeah, he was for sure catching me, so I was happy when the laps ran out.
All right, so going into the season, I'm sure you had a more positive outlook. But as we went into the season, you saw the caliber of the drivers that came into the league. Now you're sat 4th in points. How does that feel overall as a season? We still have 3 Grand Prix remaining, and it could be our last one in 2019, depending on how inflated your wallet gets post-race. But what are we? What is your overall view on the season so far? Not a podium all season until now. How does it feel to just kind of claw your way to one?
Yeah, I definitely had to work hard for it. Hopefully I can get the momentum and keep it going. But I think as this race showed, I'm going to have some race incidences to have that happen. So, like I said, I'll take second, that's for sure. Hopefully I can hang on to fourth in the points. You know, with, like you said, these caliber of drivers, I've been happy with fifth and sixth, and, you know, that's been a good goal, I think, and I've accomplished that more than not. So, second's definitely achieving.
Right. So back to the beginning of the race. That was wicked. I think you were in 2 incidents and about as many laps. What is going through your mind at the beginning of the race? And then how'd you end up to where you ended up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get that mad that quick, but to have it happen twice in 2 laps was pretty frustrating, especially from a caliber of a driver for his pillars. I mean, he's up there with Hector, you know what I mean? So to see him kind of make those mistakes twice kind of hurt to see that, and to be on that short end of that stick definitely hurt. So I didn't know if I had a race after that or not, to be honest. That safety car definitely saved my race. I was like 30-some seconds back, and that helped.
Right.
Frustrating to say the least.
So how much is needed in the F1 2020 in bank for us to transition?
I think I've been peer pressured into getting it.
Oh, you're saying
we
right
love
now
you.
that I can eat this horseshit game.
I've been excited for the new game. Just the debate between that and PC and where I'm gonna use it more, how I'm gonna use it more. I guess still haven't really made up my mind, but sounds like you guys are all full force, and if you're all in for that next season, you guys are a good group of guys. I like to continue racing with you guys.
Well, I really appreciate that from you, Foursquare. Sorry that we're taking 60 out of your wallet there, but I'm sure with
it's a good game.
It will be. It's a great game. It will be fun. I'm hoping that this second place finish gives you some great momentum. Hopefully heading into next week on a whole new handling model. Hopefully, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
See how I get used to it.
But right, congratulations on the second place finish, and good luck to you the rest of the season.
Thanks, buddy.
Right on. And Hector, you're killing my format, buddy. How does this one feel?
I don't know, just mixed emotions. Really, just numb, I guess.
Numb. What's happening? I mean, you chased down Jonathan to the point where he started to make mistakes, and he had the penalty and all. Did you know Did you know he had a penalty?
Nah.
He had a penalty, and you were still within that penalty range, and he chased him down. How wasn't? I mean, obviously you raced Jonathan a little bit more outside of this league, and you know how fast he is, and you were chasing him down. Did that kind of like help, maybe like knowing him outside of this and knowing kind of what his tendencies are under pressure, or wow, you and him racing?
Not really, because when you're in the moment and you're trying to get the best you can, you're not supposed to be counting on penalties or whatever. You're just trying to give it the best you can and try to get it on merit. So I mean, I know how he races. I know how he's driven before, but it's not like I can count on previous history, because most drivers tend to learn from mistakes and things that happen. So I'm not counting on anyone to make any mistakes. But if it happens, it happens. I just run what I have to run. So.
Right on. So I mentioned it throughout the broadcast. Obviously, you have me muted for the broadcast, so that's fine. But I mentioned after I did the math mid-race, you would have won the title tonight if you had gotten max points. How does that make you feel, knowing that you're basically 1 point out from locking it up, or that you could have locked it up tonight? What's going through your mind in that regard?
Really indifferent, because I was mentally prepared to keep going, and that was that. I didn't really care how it ended up. I just knew I wanted to get the most points I could. The fastest lap, I saw John Cox hop out on the soft, so I knew that was completely out of reach. And like I said, I was prepared to keep going. So whether I win it tonight or I win it next race, or if I don't win it at all, depends on the margins. But of course, I was ready to keep going and keep pushing. So it was just indifferent. So
you seem to be one of the drivers who, I mean, is happy about 2020, but isn't as excited to transfer over. Maybe why is that, or how are you? How do you feel about 2020?
I'm liking 2020 so far. It's just a matter of like, if we transition like mid-season, it would be really crude and really awkward, because like this, you don't like transition into a brand new car mid-season. But I would have to do certain things, but just kind of find my feet again. That's really about it. Because I do plan on doing some changes for 2020, which would be basically just taking off ABS, and that means just adjusting to a different driving style in a different car. But if I have to turn it back on just for these last couple of races and switch it, then I have to do what I have to do. I'm just being forced into it. But like I said, it's kind of crude to do it, but I'll do what I have to do and force whatever result I need to get out. So simple.
All right. Well, I appreciate the go with the flow mentality in that sense. But your 11th win on the season, you're just 1 point shy. I'm sure. How are you feeling about Singapore?
Oh, I like Singapore. It's a nice track, nice flow. It's really satisfying to get right. So
I agree with that 100%. Sorry to cut you off. Congratulations on the 11th win on the season. Next week at Singapore, best of luck to you then. And we could be talking to you next week as more than a podium finisher, or even if you don't finish on a podium and you lock it up next week, we'd still end up talking to you then. But congratulations on this win, and the best of luck to you next week.
Thank you.
Hey Hector, just before you go. Hector? GG on the win, man.
Well, it was a wild and wacky Belgian Grand Prix. I mean, I expected a little bit of craziness, of awkwardness throughout the race, but I didn't expect the carnage that was the top of Radion. That definitely caught out so many drivers tonight. Caught out pillars twice. That is astonishing just to see that kind of stuff happen to drivers you least expect it to happen to. But again, it's racing. Anything can happen in racing, especially in a video game. I mean, stuff happens. It really does. It really is dependent on a lot of things. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, only 2 safety cars is not a bad amount for the amount of carnage we saw at the top of Radion. But a couple incidents that probably would have been safety cars weren't necessarily called safety cars. They weren't necessarily deployed. But nonetheless, it was a wild race. The amazing results up and down the running order for everybody. So many season highs for so many drivers tonight. And for that's mostly with the reduced field size, but it's not our smallest field sizes on the season. But it's one of our smallest, and that and the carnage just added to the amazing results for so many drivers tonight. And well, that will conclude our coverage tonight for the Extreme World Racing League's Formula 1 Season 4 Belgian Grand Prix. We'll continue coverage next week as the EWRL F1 schedule heads to Singapore for the Singapore Grand Prix. Make sure you tune in next Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time for round 19 of the 21 race EWRL F1 calendar. We're on 2019 or 2020. It'll be dependent. I'll post a poll up and we'll have the drivers vote in that sense. But either way, we'll still be here next Sunday evening. This has been Emerson Arnon on the call tonight. We'll see you next time.